Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another cocktail video. I want to thank everybody for subscribing on the YouTube and following on Instagram. Definitely means a lot. That's kind of going to be the home of these videos, is YouTube and Instagram. So if you haven't checked that out yet, please do. All the videos are there, and a little bit more extra content actually on the Instagrams. I do stories on there and whatnot. So yeah, if you haven't checked that out yet, please do. So today we're going to do a classic whiskey cocktail called a Rusty Nail, and we've had a few requests for this one, and it's one of my favorites. I know I say they're all my favorites. This one is though up in the top of my favorite sort of after dinner cocktails. It's really, it's got a nice sweetness, really delicious. Goes way back, like most cocktails do. But it first kind of was showcased at the British Industries Fair in 1937. And they called the drink, after the fair, they called the drink a biff, which is a horrible name. Like, who's gonna order a biff? So the drink sort of fell into obscurity after that for a while, but it was called different things in different places in the world for a while. It didn't really have an identity, you know, on US Air Force bases in like Thailand and Vietnam, they would call it a MiG-21, I guess after the plane. You know, it was called a Little Club Number 1 in some places. In the Midwest United States, for a long time, it was called a Knucklehead. So none of these were really like fabulous names, but I think it was 1963 when Gina McKinnon of the Drambuie company endorsed the name the Rusty Nail in the New York Times. And that sort of sealed the deal. It was basically, it's been known as a Rusty Nail now ever since. There's a lot of variations on this drink as well. A lot of really delicious ones, like you can make a Rusty Bob if you substitute out the Scotch with bourbon, so bourbon and Drambuie, or you can make a if you substitute the Scotch out with Canadian rye whiskey, you can make a Donald Sutherland. So that's rye whiskey and Drambuie. Or you could make it with cold brewed coffee and Drambuie, and that's a railroad spike. So a few different things that you can try there. But today we're going to do the classic blended Scotch whiskey and Drambuie Rusty Nail. Now I like to use blended Scotch because I'm of the belief that you can use a single malt, no doubt about it, but I like to experience my single malt whiskeys on their own. They're so complex, there's so much going on in that I find mixing it with Drambuie, it's sort of, Drambuie itself is very complex. So it's sort of a muddling of flavors where I'd prefer to do the single malt on its own and go with a blended Scotch for the cocktail. So anyway, let's dive in, let's do it. So for your Rusty Nail, I like to stir it. You can build it in the glass, but I like to stir it and bring in some dilution so that it's ready to drink and really smooth right away. So we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of blended Scotch. So there we go. And 3/4 ounce of Drambuie. That's it. 2 ingredients. So you can go with less Drambuie. I've got a little bit of a sweet tooth, so I like the sweetness of 3/4 ounce. You can go with 1/2 ounce, but you know, you gotta try it out to see what you like. And we're just gonna pop in some ice here. Gonna give it a bit of a stir. Doesn't need much because we're gonna pour this in a rocks glass on the rocks, serve it, so there will be some dilution as the drink evolves. And there we go. Pour that over our ice. Beauty. Okay, and this is served with a lemon garnish. I'm just going to get a little piece off here. There we go. We're going to express the oils over the top and around the rim, and just give it a quick little twist. Pop that in. So there you go. There is your rusty nail. Simple as that. So let's give it a try here. It's so good. Drambuie is such a great liqueur. It's like just lots of honey and spice and sweetness. Really, really great. I know that you're probably thinking like, this sounds like a pretty heavy duty Scotch whiskey cocktail, but it's surprisingly smooth, especially if you stir it beforehand. So give it a try, see if you like it. Let me know what you think of it if you do try it. And otherwise, I'll leave it here today. So hope you guys are all doing well. Please take care of one another, drink responsibly, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.